Welcome back to this life of mine. I'm so excited to be out in the garden today. It is Memorial Day and it is a beautiful day. I cannot believe yesterday was so hot, and we are still a little bit early, but I think that we're going to be a really decent day today. Anyway, I come out here every morning, and I just sit and glare at my garden. I just absolutely love it. I love being outdoors. I love watching the garden grow. I cannot believe it. If you come over here and look at the tomatoes, which I am not a tomato person really. God, there's flies everywhere. Um, this is a beautiful one right here. And this is a Julia Childs tomato plant. These ones are little baby, little ones, little guys. If you could just see those little tiny ones right there. Anyway, they're doing really well. I'm so excited. Look at that cluster right there. So, last video was on the chickens, and I said that I was going to talk to you about watering. When I first started gardening, I knew nothing. I grew up and my grandfather would take me out in the garden and I'd learn that way. And then when I was about 13, at that age, it was all about working in the garden, digging and the hard labor work. And then I didn't like it anymore because I was kind of forced to do it. So I developed a love of gardening later on, and I just had to do a lot of research and just trial and error. So my biggest thing was how much water to water. And basically it's simple. You want to water enough water where it gets down to the roots. Find out how long that plant's roots go down. You can look on Google. Let's say you're looking for a tomato plant and you find out the tomato plant's roots go down a foot. I don't know if that's true, so don't quote me on it, but let's say it goes down a foot. So you want that water to seep down enough to get to the tap roots. And the last week I was watering, and I thought I had done enough water, and I came back out and I took a trowel and I dug into the dirt, and I found out the water wasn't seeping down enough at all. It was only like an inch. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I composted and amended the soil. I thought I had enough to where I'd had good drainage, and I didn't. So I came back out and I aerated, and I did a really, really, really deep soaking. And now when I come out to water, I will dig deep enough to check where the moisture level is. Do I need to water that day? If I do, I do a really deep soaking, and I make sure that the water gets down to where those roots are needed. And then of course I will fertilize and amend, some more compost into the soil. I think today I'm gonna do some of that, and maybe some mulching, because it is hot where I live, and the evaporation from the sun will take all that moisture out. So if you mulch it and you put a nice layer of either straw or cut up, anything, that'd be great. Even cardboard over the top, like shred it up and put it over the top, will keep the moisture into the ground, so it's not evaporating so fast, so that your plants will grow. This year I decided to grow some sunflowers, and look how tall they are. This is up to my waist, which I'm really excited about. I usually don't do that. And then the corn is hardening off, so I'm going to plant those. There's a little trick that I learned about. It's called a trilogy, and you have a squash plant, green beans, and corn, and you plant them all together. So you would plant your squash or your let's say you planted your corn first, and then underneath the corn you would plant squash, and then underneath and in through you would plant your green beans. So your green beans climbs up the stalk of the corn. Your squash is shading the soil so that the evaporation again doesn't, happen too quickly. So, and I think the Native Americans did that. They planted the 3 plants together, and I'm going to do that this year. Well, I'm going to do it with the corn and the squash. So I'm going to plant the only 8 corn that I have, and I'm going to plant it throughout my squash so that the squash's leaves will not evaporate the water. So, and my green beans are over here. I have some Kentucky pole beans like climbing up, just starting, which is kind of cool. And I have some sugar snap peas that I'm gonna, make go throughout somewhere. These are my potatoes. They're doing really well. And this is new to me, and this is called, look at this little guy. It's a little green spaceship, it looks like. And he is a Benning's green tint. It's a green tender patty pan squash. So that's new for me. And I went to this lady's house, and she had, she sells just, vegetables and stuff, and she had that, and I was really excited. I got some winter savory and some summer savory also from her, and I think that was about it. But anyway, my radishes are done, so I'm going to pull those all up and start another row of them. And my carrots are pathetic. I think it has to do again with that watering. I wasn't watering enough. So again, make sure that you go out to your garden, check your water levels, and you will have a lot more success this summer. All right, well, signing off. Thank you for coming by and checking us out at This Life of Mine. I'm not sure what my next video is going to be about, but it might be even hairdressing, because, that is my life. Whether it's hairdressing, gardening, animals, and even ghost hunting, because I am also a tour guide for ghost hunting at a little town close to us. And I also do investigations in, private homes. So I'm telling you, I am a person who loves to do a multiple of things. So I thought I'd share everything with you. It's almost like Green Acres. It's kind of funny. All right. So signing off. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, and great Memorial Day, and subscribe, like if you like, and if you don't like, I don't mind if you don't like, but be very nice about it. All right.